again, and I am, as usual, Al Blue, your host of Dead at 27 Club, and other strange celebrity deaths, and this would be episode number 6. Tonight's episode is slightly different, based on the amount of emails we have received. It appears that you, the viewer, has requested a special episode. With that being said, here it is. The Black History Month edition of Dead at 27 Club and other strange celebrity deaths. So I guess that means we have to have more dead black people than we normally have on our show. No worries, I am sure that can be arranged. Let me think. To the best of my knowledge, there is definitely no shortage of dead black people, or at least not in my neighborhood. See? Problem solved. With that being said, let's welcome our first victim of fucked up circumstances. First body up, Mr. Don Cornelius.
I am Don Cornelius. I was born September 27th, 1936, and I left here February 1st, 2012. You might know me as the creator of the TV show Soul Train, which I also hosted for several years. But you may remember me from when I was a disc jockey at Chicago's WVON. I also hosted the TV show Black Views on the News on station WCIU television, also in Chicago. Well, how did I get here? I had been feeling depressed, arguing with my wife and going to court with Victoria and other stuff not going right in my life. So I loaded my gun, I put on some good music, I put the gun up to my head, and then I pulled the trigger. And that is how I ended up here on Strange Celebrity Deaths.
I am here, at the Hollywood Walk of Fame, in front of the recently late Don Cornelius' star. We all grew up waiting for the next episode of Soul Train, and who can forget the dancers? Wow, what a fucked up story that is. What the fuck? You the fucking Don, you can get all the Soul Train dancer pussy you can handle, and you let some Russian chick fuck your world up. Well, look like we have to revoke your players club card. Oops. My bad. It appears that it was automatically revoked when you killed your fucking self. Anyway, moving right along with Dead at 27 Club and other strange celebrity deaths, the Black History Month edition. Next up on the blotter, the late and still great Mr. Bob Nestor Marley. Fuck. I still can't get over, done. A lifetime supply of Soul Train dancer pussy. What a fucking waste. Anyway, coming up, Mr. Bob Marley, take us away. Bob.
I'm Bob Marley. See him? Was born February 6, 1945, you know. I left here May 11th, 1981. I was a singer, musician, songwriter. You may remember the eyes from the reggae band Bob Marley and the Wailers. That is a picture of the eye from the last album, Legend, behind me. I had hit songs, you know, like I Shot the Sheriff, No Woman, No Cry, Could You Be Loved, Stir It Up, Buffalo Soldier, Redemption Song, and One Love, to name some of the Eye's hits. How did the Eye get here? In 1977, doctor told I the man had cancer, and that he could save Eye Man if you chop off Eye Man's foot. I said, you cannot chop off Eye Man's foot. I said, the Jah, the Almighty, will take care of the eye and eye. Jah Rastafari. On May 11th, the cancer take over Eye Man body. Eye Man lung, Eye Man liver, Eye Man pancreas. And I went with Jah that day. And that is how I ended up here on Strange Celebrity Deaths.
Welcome back again. As usual, I am Al Blue and you are watching the Black History Month special edition of Dead at 27 Club and other strange celebrity deaths. I am here in Jamaica at the gravesite of the legendary superstar Mr. Bob Marley. We all know at least one Bob song, Exodus, Jamming, or Get Up, Stand Up for Your Rights. Speaking of standing up, I don't know if the doctor told me I had cancer, but if they cut off my foot I would live. Well, I don't have to tell you, I would be the next prosthetic leg spokesperson. Anyway, speaking of strange, coming up next, to be totally humiliated on public display, is none other than Mr. Howard Rollins.
I am Howard Rollins. I was born October 17, 1950, and I left here December 8, 1996. I was an actor and a film star. You may remember me from the movie Ragtime. I played Colehouse Walker, or from the movie A Soldier Story. That's the uniform I'm wearing right now, from the movie. I played a black officer, or you may remember me from the TV show In the Heat of the Night. I played Virgil Tibbs. That's a picture of me and the cast members behind me, with Anne Marie Johnson sitting on my lap, and Carol Connor and his son Hugh, Alan Audrey, and David Hart. How did I get here? Well, maybe I did too much cocaine, or maybe I did too much heroin, or maybe I just drank too fucking much. Anyway, the coroner's report said I died from complications of lymphoma. I guess you could say that's a nicer way of saying I died from AIDS. And that's how I ended up here on Strange Celebrity Deaths.
Welcome back again. As usual, I am L Blue and you are watching the Black History Month special edition of Dead at 27 Club and Other Strange Celebrity Deaths. I am here in Baltimore County, Maryland, at the gravesite of Howard Rollins Jr. That was a pretty good story Howard told you, only he left out a few details, like he would be so fucking high that he would dress up like a woman and then go fuck the shit out of some unwilling male participant, or he would smoke meth all night and could not make it to the set, only like 100 times. That was a strange cast. Why, even Carol O'Connor's son, Hugh, would die from a cocaine overdose, talking about having too much of a good time or not keeping pace with death. Our next casualty of stardom will be held back until after we take the dreaded commercial station break. We will be right back after a word from our unhappy sponsors. Don't you move.
Just remember, Al Bloom Films. Just remember, Al Bloom Films. Just remember, Al Bloom Films. Just remember, Al Bloom Films.
Bessie Coleman. I was born January 26, 1892, and I left here April 30th, 1926. You will remember me as the first African American, female, or male, to obtain a pilot's license, plus I did numerous amounts of shows throughout Europe and the United States. How did I get here? On April 30th, 1926, I was preparing for an aerial stunt show in Jacksonville, Florida. Some people say that my mechanic might have accidentally left a wrench in the plane's motor, which may have caused the accident. I was flying my plane, the one in the photo, behind me, when I lost control of the plane. The plane went into a nosedive that would not pull up. I was thrown from the plane, and I perished upon impact. That is how I ended up here, on Strange Celebrity Deaths.
Welcome back one more time. I am here at Blue Island, in Cook County, Illinois, at the gravesite of Miss Bessie Coleman, the first African-American pilot. Miss Coleman also has the dubious honor of also being the first African-American to die in a plane crash, another tragic yet preventable accident. That is why, whenever I fly in some old piece of shit fucking aeroplane, with no goddamn roof and no fucking seatbelts, I always bring my own fucking mechanic and my own fucking parachute. Anyway, enough about my flight plans. Well, anyway, moving right along, in our special Black History Month edition of Dead at 27 Club and Other Strange Celebrity Deaths, episode number 6, up next, another one from the world-famous Vault of Horrific Shit. This time, we look back on the ill-fated life of Mr. Roger Troutman from the famed group Zap. Mr. Troutman, take us away.
I'm Roger Troutman. I was born November 29, 1951, and I left here April 25th, 1999. I made the voice box famous on songs like California Love. You may remember me as the singer, songwriter, musician, and foremost as an entertainer. I was the lead singer of the group Zap with my 4 brothers. We had hits like Zap, Be Alright, Dance Floor, and Heartbreaker, and Computer Love, to name a few. That's one of my album covers behind me, with Zap featuring me, of course, Roger. How did I get here? My brother Larry and myself had some words, and Larry pulled out a gun and shot me several times. Larry would drive off, leaving me wounded and dying. Larry would use the same gun on himself. He shot himself in the head. He would die instantly. Me, I would die later at the hospital. The coroner's report said my cause of death was from the gunshot wounds and also the internal bleeding. And that is how I ended up here on Strange Celebrity Deaths.
Remember, Al Bloom Films. Remember, Al Bloom.
I'm here in Butler County, Ohio, at the gravesite of both Roger Troutman and his brother Larry. That is a sad and tragic story. Zap was a hot group back in the day. I know you are waiting for me to say something negative. Well, surprise. Well, okay, the Mr. Nice Guy moment is fucking over, so put away your Kleenex and let's get back to the business at hand, and that would be death. So with no further ado, let us welcome the world's greatest entertainer, Mr. Michael Jackson. Mr. Jackson, step up to the podium and tell us your side of the story. Hold up. Before that, the producers are telling me we got to go to a sponsor break. Then we will deal with Mr. Jackson. So watch this and we will be right back with this special Black History edition of Dead at 27 Club and Other Strange Celebrity Deaths, episode number 6. I'm, as usual, Al Blue, your guide through this horrible trip.
In honor of Black History Month, we would like to take this time to remind you that these fine historical books by author Al W. Blue II are now available online at Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. The following titles included are African Americans on Album Covers, Volume Number 1, Race Records and the African Americans Who Made Them Famous, Volume Number 1, Race Records and the Posters of the Era, 1900 to 1927, Sheet Music Covers and African Americans, A Strange Love Affair, Volume Number 1, and Who Makes This Stuff Up, which is also available in the new Kindle edition. So go online to Books by Al W. Blue II at Amazon.com or BarnesandNoble.com.
I am Michael Jackson. I was born August 29, 1958, and I left here June 25, 2009. You should know me. Some people say I was the world's greatest entertainer. Or maybe you know me from the music group, the Jackson 5, and later, the Jacksons, or just from my solo career. I had one of the biggest hit songs in the history of music, ever. My Thriller album, which is behind me. Or you may know me from my hit songs, like Beat It, or Billie Jean, or Black and White. I have so many hits, I could go on forever. How did I get here? I was rehearsing for my World Comeback Tour, and after rehearsal I was tired and sleepy. So I asked my doctor to give me some sleepy stuff, like I always get after rehearsal. Only this time, the stupid-ass doctor did not monitor my drip like he's supposed to. And maybe, if he wasn't talking to his stupid girlfriend on his stupid cell phone, I would still be here. The coroner's report stated my cause of death was acute propofol and benzodiazepine intoxication. I'm not even supposed to be dead. My death was ruled a homicide. And as for Dr. Conrad, well, he was charged with involuntary manslaughter. And that is how I ended up here on this stupid show, Strange Celebrity Deaths.
I am here at the last stop of the Michael Jackson's World Tour, and that would be here at Forest Lawn Memorial Park, located in Glendale, Los Angeles, here in California, at the tomb of Mr. Michael Jackson. Welcome back. How about that MJ? What a character. But yes, I have to agree, the ultimate entertainer. But me personally, if I had MJ's money, I would hire a fucking dripologist. And someone, just to take drugs for me, You get all the comfort and joy of the drugs, but no side effects, and no stupid-ass horny doctor on his fucking cell phone. Well, you think about that one. Let's keep the death train rolling. Up next, on this special Black History Month edition of Dead at 27 Club and Other Strange Celebrity Deaths, episode number 6 is none other than an honorary mention category, too young to make the 27 Club, yet too talented to be forgotten. Let's welcome Miss Aaliyah to the show.
I am Aaliyah Houghton. I was born January 16, 1979 and I left here August 25, 2001. I was a singer, actress and model. You may know me from my songs like Back and Forth, or Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, or maybe from my films like Anastasia, Journey to the Past, or Romeo Must Die, or perhaps the movie Queen of the Damned. That is a movie promo poster behind me. I have sold millions of albums and CDs. How did I get here? I was finishing up a music video in the Bahamas, and we were going back to Florida by way of a small Cessna plane. Myself and some of the film crew got in the plane. The plane took off and shortly thereafter, the plane crashed. Everyone on the plane perished, including me, some instantly, and others later. The authorities said that the plane was way over its maximum load capacity, and that is why the plane crashed, and that is how I ended up here, on Strange Celebrity Death.
Why, hello, I am, as usual, your host Al Blue. Welcome back to this special Black History Month edition of Dead at 27 Club and Other Strange Celebrity Deaths. I am here at Ferncliff Cemetery in Hartsdale, Westchester County, New York, at the tomb of legendary pop singer Aaliyah, and yet another fucked up story. That is why I don't fuck around with those Jamaican pilots. They might be good for some weed or something, but not behind the wheel of the fucking airplane. Weed good, pilot plane not good. That is why when I fly, I bring my own plane and my own certified pilot. Really, I do. Well, anyway, enough of my flight plans. Let's get back to the case. That would be our next cold case file. This time, digging back into the ugly vault of regret and despair. Let's see what we can dig up. Okay, look like we have discovered the remains of a lost musician, Mr. Alexandre Levy.
I am Alexandre Levy. I was born on November 10th, 1864, in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and I left here on January 17th, 1892. I was 27 years old. Some say I'm the start of the Forever 27 Club. Who am I to debate? You may know me as a great composer or a great musician. Some people said that I merged classical music and Brazilian music, creating a new style of music. How did I get here? Even until this day, it is a mystery. Some say it was my lifestyle of constant socializing, if you know what I mean. But none of that matters now. Oh, I still don't know how I ended up here on the Forever 27 Club or Dead at 27 Club. But I'm the start of the legend, the myth, or just, maybe, the truth. Well, it is for you to decide. I am Alexandre Levy, founder of the Forever 27 Club, and so be it.
I am afraid Mr. Alexandre Levy will be the final nail in the coffin, bringing our journey to a temporary stall. But we will be back next time with more Dead at 27 Club and Strange Celebrity Deaths. Hope you enjoyed this horrible episode, which was number 6, and a special Black History Month edition. I am sure you are aware Miss Whitney Houston has also made herself available for our show. With it being said, we want to thank all our celebrity guests, and as usual, I am Al Blue, your tour guide of misfortunes and mishaps. In parting, I want to remind you can always reach out and touch us on the World Wide Web at actualfacts2@netzero.com, and you can watch past episodes at YouTube/AlBlueFilms. And remember, if you are not earthworm food, you win. It is time for me to push the haul ass button. As my friend Billy Bob would say, hasta la vista, bye bye, and all that good shit. Peace.